right, buddy. We'll see you. All right, what is up, TGS family? We are leaving the Cars and Coffee here in Sarasota, Florida. If you guys want to follow them and come out to this event, if you're in the area, I believe they're on Facebook at 941 Cars and Coffee, I think is the name of it. The number's 941. It's our area code here. Getting out of here, there's a lot of people. But yeah, it's a pretty big event, pretty cool event. We come out here. It's the first Saturday of every month usually. Or sorry, second Saturday of every month. This week they pushed it back because of weather from last time. Trying to get out of here. So we're going to do a little recapping with you guys on the way to work today. Talk with you about the 034 Motorsports lowering springs that we're running. A little update on that. We're also going to give you our thoughts on the Stage 2 TCU tune that we got. So do two little reviews for you while we're driving, as soon as I can clear my head and get out of this parking lot. Let me get out of here. Pretty fun event though, guys. Lots of cars. Usually there are 500 to 600 cars here. All right, let's go and get out of here. All right, so first thoughts on the spring. So on the last video I was talking with you guys about how I was wishing it was sitting a little lower in the back and things like that. That has actually settled even more. So we're now been driving around on these for about 2 months. We've had our second alignment done already, and it actually has lowered even more, which is quite nice. I will say it does feel stock. A lot of people say that they get these springs because it feels like a factory ride. It very much does when we're running over stuff like this. Like this is a cobble road basically. There's just, you're kind of like driving over rocks. But it does get rid of all of the little bumps. I will say though, the suspension feels a lot tighter. I don't think it feels like a stock ride. I feel like it's a much tighter, lower ride, but it absorbs the little stuff, if that makes sense. But if I hit, you know, some bigger potholes or things like that, I can definitely tell it's lowered. So I think it's somewhere in between. I think it's a little sportier than some people give it credit for, the springs. I have a windy road that I go on all the time where I can really kind of push this thing left and right and, you know, apex some turns and things like that. And it definitely handles a lot better than it did before. So that is a real thing. I think they're more performance driven than a lot of the reviews I've seen out there, you know, or at least on their opinions. I mean, everyone's got different opinions and is used to different stuff. Like that was a bigger bump, so I could feel it a little more. But it does eat up the little stuff, man. The springs, it's like they designed them in a way that they eat up the little normal road and, you know, little things here and there. But when you really push on a little more, you can feel the stiffness in the springs, and it's definitely sitting perfectly low. Now that was one complaint I had. Not really complaint, but I just wished it was a tad lower early on. But it just keeps settling and it keeps settling. I don't know if that's the springs though, or if that's the weird kind of cup thing that the rear springs sit into. It's like a rubbery, plasticky thing they sit into, and they kind of squish, and to hold the shape of the spring. So I don't know if it's the way these cars are set up that they kind of settle because of that, because it kind of falls into a different place. The original springs sit in a different place than the 034 springs. So I'm wondering if it's that, or if it's just that the springs themselves kind of settled. But it definitely sits perfect for my eyes now. It looks kind of like a factory lowered car, but it's definitely much lower, which I love. Getting on the interstate here. So that is my thoughts on that. I love the springs for the price. I don't think you can beat them. They're very affordable. Obviously, installing springs is where you spend most of your money. If you're paying somebody to do it like I do, I'm not going to sit in my garage for a whole day and install these springs. I'm way too lazy for that. And now we got traffic. I'm going to get on it a little bit, get out in front of everyone. Yeah, they're awesome springs though. If you guys are looking for a good drop and you want it to feel sportier and you want to have some better suspension and some better handling, but you don't want to go crazy and get coilovers, which, you know, can be better. They're definitely going to be a harsher ride for sure. Then yeah, go with the 034, you know, go with their spring kit. It's freaking awesome. I love them. It's perfect for me. Now that it's finished settling, I quite like it. And I have nothing bad to say about it. Usually I do, and I'll tell you guys if there's something I don't like or do like, but I do love them. All right, so second thing we'll talk about is we are now stage 2 tuned on the TCU. So the TCU, and I'm sorry if this is vibrating. We got on a shitty mount that vibrates all over the place. But we are now stage 2 on the TCU tune. So we're 034 stage 2 tune. It is freaking awesome. So I would cuss because I cuss a lot, but it is pretty awesome. It shifts so much quicker. I actually do like the shift points on it better than I do factory, at least for where I'm driving and how I'm driving it. The factory shift points were, I was always in between a certain gear, especially driving through the neighborhoods and things like that. It does feel kind of stockish when you're in like not dynamic and you're not in sport. You know, the transmission, you almost don't really notice it. It does feel a little quicker. First gear, I definitely feel it shifting harder, even when dailying it. But other than that, it is dramatically faster shifting. Now, we haven't gone to the track with it yet. The track has been closed down. Well, it's not been closed. They've been running certain events and things, so we've not been able to do the test and tune. Tomorrow is run day Sunday, though. So tomorrow we'll do another video. So we'll look for another video after this one. We'll get a lot of times, and we'll see what kind of performance, kind of speed we pick up, time we pick up from this tune. But I will definitely say it is shifting way harder and way faster. You definitely notice it. You get a big pop between. It's almost like a DSG transmission, or it feels faster than my old DSG transmission. It seems quite impressive. So I can't wait to get it out there and see what kind of times we run. I've been riding that now for I think 2 or 3 weeks now. We've been running around with the tune. Again, if you guys don't know the stuff we've done, we've really not actually done any performance mods to the car yet other than tuning. I'm working too much lately, to be honest with you. But yeah, so it's just the tune stuff. So we are stage 1 E85 file from 034, and now we are on the stage 2 TCU tune, which is dramatically different. It's not like the little flash tune you get when you get stage 1. It is like a completely different transmission. All the shift points change. I think the rev limiter increases just a little bit, and it definitely shifts way faster and way harder. So that is pretty awesome. I know I say that all the time, but it is. So far I have zero complaints about the transmission tune. We're gonna get over here. All right, so guys, we're gonna get off here. People are driving like morons. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll do some recapping here in a minute outside the car. Peace. All right, guys, quick update. We are out here at the track. We have a pretty good DA. It's about 70 degrees. Yeah, we're gonna see what this TCU tune does. Get our runs in. This should be at the end of the other video, but we'll recap with you here in a little bit. Let's see what she does. All right, first run in, guys. For how bad this DA is compared to our best runs, we pretty much just matched our best run ever with just that TCU change. So that is pretty awesome. It shifts way quicker. I gotta move up here now. Yeah, that is moving. It is shifting so much. We at least gained a 10th or so just in the shifts, I think. So yeah, we'll keep doing some runs and see what kind of times we get. Peace. right, guys, 2 pretty consistent back-to-back runs. We should see outside footage of that one. That one, they let me sit at the tree a little long, so I backed out of the boost and then tried to get back into it. So I didn't launch quite as hard as I usually do. But man, still running 1144s. It's pretty hot out. It's like 77 degrees in the car. I think it's like 72 or 73 outside. So pretty good runs, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. And the tune is tuned. Oh yes, this is what I wanted to say. The transmission tune is shifting at different points now. So I'm not shifting at the very end of the track into whatever that last gear is. Usually I shift right before the end of the track, which, you know, loses me some time. I'm not doing that anymore. It's holding that gear all the way through the end of the track, so that's saving me some time as well. And it is definitely shifting harder, especially you really notice it at the top of the track. You don't get that kind of inertia when you kind of shift like this. Your head kind of does one of these things. You don't get that nearly as much. So yeah, it's shifting way quicker, way harder. I'm loving it. We'll try and get some more runs, and a bunch of people just showed up, so we're gonna let them run, let the car cool, and then we'll get back on it. See you guys. Hey guys, we're out here at the track taking a little break, letting the car cool off. We got JC, who never likes to be on camera. Hi JC. We're letting the car cool, just standing here. Oh, there's little dude and the wifeys who like not being on camera either. No, they don't. So yeah, JC's gonna run her Corvette. It runs low sevens, completely stock. Completely stock.
Yeah, low 7. Yeah,
it's got the scrunchy hair tie on the shift knob mod and the drill hold and the intake box mod. So we're gonna get out there and run some low sevens. See you guys. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a day here at the track. Got our 3rd run in. We ran some really good times for how hot it is. You're in the mid 70s degrees. I'll do a screenshot of the DA again. I think we're around like 1200, 1300. But yeah, running some of our best times. Really, I think a lot of that's to do with the TCU. The car actually felt kind of slow today just because of the heat, but that transmission shifting quite a bit faster. So I think we picked up at least a 10. At least a 10. We'll have to do a video one day where we flash back to stage 1 on the TCU and do some runs, and then flash it over to stage 2 and do some runs. But we're gonna head out. It keeps getting hotter and hotter today, and there's a lot of people here. So we will see you guys. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.